Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. New face over here. Introducing the hubs. So, we want to talk about our house reno. It's been a year since we moved in, and obviously throughout the year we've experienced like some annoyances and things that we really love about our reno decisions. So wanted to make a video talk about that as well as do a house tour. So previously I did post a TikTok video of the house, which I would say got quite a number of views. Yeah, got quite a number of views.
I don't have TikTok, so I don't know. Yeah.
So today I want to do a more in-depth reno introduction. And if you are looking to renovate your HDB flat, you're thinking where to start, this might give you some ideas. If you have seen my previous video about the life milestone update, our house hunting process was eventful to say the least. We went through 40 units over a course of 2 months. Yeah. Why?
I think.
Why?
Can you tell them it's my first time on camera? That's why I'm being very awkward. My hands are sweating.
I'm just gonna edit that part in. I'm just gonna put that part in.
I don't need it. Yeah, so we saw like 40 units in 2 months. I don't know, I don't really remember it anymore because I tend to suppress negative emotions.
So the stuff we were looking for in our house is quite different, and if you put those things together, it's almost impossible to find. So I grew up in the old HDB, like 1970 something kind of HDB, where like your kitchen is where your laundry yard is, and there's no shelter, so you always get the sun on your clothes. And obviously if it rains, your clothes will get the rain too. But he didn't feel like that was as important. But he wants a good view out of like the living room. Whereas because I grew up in such an old flat, right, my living room's view is the corridor. So to me that was never an issue.
Mm-hmm.
High floor was another one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want anything below 10. Yes. Yeah. So that was like the standard we set, and then
I wanted, but I could appreciate a flat that was maybe on the second or third floor, so I was close to the ground and close to the trees and close to the activities on like people walking around and all that. I thought it gave a kampong vibe.
But because I grew up in such old HDBs, right, I was constantly haunted by cockroaches.
Okay,
so
which I didn't want also.
Low floor was a no.
Yeah.
No go. My parents' place was on 11th floor, but we are still plagued by cockroaches during like peak seasons. So, I can't even imagine living on the second floor.
So is it the floor level? I don't think so. Possibly.
Yeah, but anyway, so my father-in-law was actually the one that was helping us arrange the viewings, looking for listings, and basically he put in a lot of hard work trying to make all our requirements work out. So some stuff that we ended up foregoing was, number one, the bomb shelter. Our house layout has the bomb shelter right smack in the center, which we can't do anything about. It's like 90% of flats in Punggol has this layout. So yeah, we don't really have a choice. Then the other one that we kind of forego was the sunny service yard. Ours is actually not too bad. It actually faces the outside of the block versus certain units we see has the service yard facing the corridor, which I did not like.
Yeah, but it's still it's actually facing another block.
It's actually facing the rest of the block. Yeah. Our neighbors essentially.
It's not too open.
Yeah, it's not too open, which is good and bad. I don't get the sun, but at the same time when it do rain, which it does a lot in Singapore, like our clothes don't get wet.
You're not severely impacted by the elements, I guess.
I've hung my duvet out in the rain before.
Huh?
Yeah, it's covered.
Didn't get wet?
No?
Okay.
Yeah. So from the start of the house hunting journey, we kind of have a plan, an idea of what we want our house to look like. So it started from a Pinterest board. Then I moved it over to Google Slides, and we have like an entire mood board done up. I mean, I work in events. I came from the film industry, so this is home to me. So we did our entire mood board, and then as we were finding the unit that we liked, we were laying out all the things that we want into the unit's floor plan of those that we especially liked. And we went through like, I think 4 or 5 iterations. We went through a few iterations of housing layouts before we settled on this unit.
Actually kind of liked the layout of the second flat we OTP'd for.
Yeah, the second one in particular it was odd in a sense whereby, you know, typically your room walls are not structural, like the structural beams are on the outside of your unit, right? That one had a structural beam in the center of the house.
Yep.
Which
forced us to
think out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually came out with quite a good plan for that one. Like it was because it was the bedroom next to the living room, like bedroom 3. So our idea was open up a hole in the wall, make it like a bar counter.
Like a little arch as well.
Yeah, so we actually, we were quite sad when we ended up not going with that unit.
Kind of glad the walk.
Yeah, so
quite crazy.
Another one of the criteria was I wanted it to be walkable from an MRT. And at that point, we were looking for houses in Sengkang Punggol because this area's price made the most sense.
So basically, we had one criteria where the flat has to be walkable to an MRT station, not an LRT station, because, LRT is just too much of a hassle. Anyway,
I had experience working in Punggol before, which was near an LRT station.
Hi.
And to me, it was just no go. Like, all the MRTs are really predictable in terms of timing and how fast they go, but the LRT is just I don't want.
So basically, the second flat that we OTP'd for
is one LRT station. Second flat is one LRT station away from Punggol MRT. So, and we tried walking to Punggol. It was a 20-minute walk.
20-minute walk.
Yeah, it was 20-minute walk.
Sweating.
And because we tried that in
the afternoon? I don't know.
September? No, October.
Oh, right.
We tried that in October. It was hot. Because our cold season is generally at the start of the year, right? It was hot. So after that walk, we were like, let's try something else.
Or rather, we still OTP'd for that flat, but
we were still looking for another option.
Yeah, we were willing to forego the $1,000 deposit if we found something better. Yeah, which is our current flat.
So 40 units later, we got this flat. It's a best of all our requirements, I would say.
Sort of.
Yeah, so we do have a kind of a view out the living room.
I'm quite happy with the view, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of unblocked, and it would remain unblocked because of the buildings surrounding us. So after submitting our application to HDB, the wait time back then was about 6 to 8 weeks. We submitted early December 2023. Yeah, and then we were buffering 2 months, so we were expecting a reply like end January, early February, but that was also like Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year, so we were expecting more delays past that. So we were trying our best to find an ID or interior designer for my foreign viewers who don't understand what ID is, to handle the renovation of our house. But because we had such a specific look that we want, it ended up not being really hiring them for their designing skills, but more as a project manager to just help us make sure our reno went on time, because we were running quite a tight schedule. We collected keys end February. And reno started immediately after. So we got the previous owner to help us with the application to HDB for renovation and everything to go through. So the moment we collected our keys and we transferred the ownership of the unit to our name, we could start the reno straight away.
Basically, started knocking down the walls on
the day after we collected the key. Yeah, so I think that was a Tuesday we went down to transfer ownership of the unit, and then that following weekend when we came to check the house, all the walls were gone. This was like what the industry just recovered after COVID, so like the workers came back and like manpower started going up again. But I think there was still a fear that the renovation is not going to be done on time, so we actually asked around for a few quotes, 4 in total, and each of the quote that we got, the scheduled finishing time got shorter and shorter. It started off with like, I think need like 4 to 5 months, to like 3 months should be okay, and then it became 2.5 months can already. But obviously I work in the events industry, right? So like I know this kind of thing, I have to buffer, and so we ended up going with the 2.5 months one, and I buffered it to be 3 months, which will end right before our wedding. Plus a little bit more buffer for defects fixing. It should have been done by the time we move in, which actually ended up quite on time. I would say most of the stuff that we needed to live in the house were already done. All the carpentries were up.
Yeah, it was a bit close for comfort, but I guess we made it.
Yeah, it was very close for comfort. Like a week before, they were still fixing stuff around the house.
Yeah, like after we moved in. We moved in basically immediately after our wedding. After we moved in, then we started to sort of rectify all the defects. Yeah, so we didn't have time before that to rectify the defects.
We had a few major ones lah.
Yeah, but all the small ones.
Yeah,
were done after that.
So during the whole process of the renovation, we were actually coming back every week. Like every weekend or every time we have time, we'll be here to check the progress of the renovation. So there were things that we managed to spot and catch on time and get it fixed immediately, instead of like waiting till the end of the renovation and like, why is it this way? Like we didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
One of the things was our kitchen door. Our kitchen door is...
Oh yeah, it didn't look the way we wanted.
Yeah, it didn't look the way that we wanted to, and actually it's also not done in the way that I expected it to be done. We'll show you in the walkthrough later, but it's actually a little bit flimsy because I guess the way that it was created. Yeah. So one of the major things that we also caught in the middle of the renovation was that because we knocked through all the walls, we had to rebuild one back. So it was a false wall, partition wall, and during one of those weekends where I came back, we came back with the electrician to do measurements for like all the electrical sockets and everything, where we want everything to go, right? And then we looked at our bedroom and we were like, this feels small. So we took out the measuring tape and like we already ordered our bed and we have the dimensions. Then we measured, it was like, this is way too small. And that's when we realized that the wall was actually built in the wrong place. So we wanted it flush to the door that was outside, but there was a gap between the door frame and the wall now. So we lost the whole 20 cm. Doesn't sound like a lot, but ended up being quite critical for the walkway around the bed. Yeah, but I would say like the ID did pretty decent job lah. Based on our tight timeline, it was really, really very tight. But the fact that we were able to move in straight after the wedding and have almost everything like done up, like all our appliances are in, all our major carpentries are in. We didn't have to like, stay at home and let people do major works around the house. That was, I would say, quite a good job done already. So some of the changes that we subsequently made after this year of staying in, the first thing is our dish rack in the kitchen. So during the planning process, both us and the ID forgot about the dish rack. Like I remember clearly in one of the meetings, asking about whether the cabinet would fit the dish rack because we went those 2-tier top cabinets, and they said yes, but ended up on the final plans of the entire renovation, there was no dish rack, and we both missed out. Like both us and the ID missed it out. So it was only after the kitchen cabinet went in and then I took a look, then I was like, where's the dish rack? Which at that point was a little bit hard to save. So the carpenters had to cut the hole on the bottom of the cabinet that was already done up, like it's already mounted on the wall. And then they fit a dish rack in, which now it's
a very short.
It's a really shallow and short rack. So for normal plates, like for single person use, is quite okay. But if you want to talk about like the Western dining plates, which are really big, those does not fit on top. Like there's no way it would fit.
Yeah, she will show you tomorrow. Yeah, there are a lot of things that cannot fit into our dish rack.
Yeah, so now we are looking for other options to either install like a hanging dish rack or something that is big.
Just buy really small pots and use really small plates.
Yeah, and then the other thing about that dish rack is because it was added in as a afterthought, right? The door was still the casement door of like a normal cabinet. I had so much beef with that door. I went full force into the door multiple times. So we changed it to a flip up door and we added a footer guard, so now it looks nice. Yeah. Regrets. I regret not paying the upgrade for Cat 7 cables throughout my house.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
I'm the techie. I'm the techie in this house. So when we...
It's just a wire.
Nah. So when we first started the reno, because we knocked through everything, right, including the flooring, I ran a LAN points basically from the living room TV area, which is where the Singtel box is, to the furthest point of the house, which is this wall behind my camera. At that moment, I felt like Cat 6 was enough. Granted, it still is, but I regret not paying for an upgrade to Cat 7 or even Cat 8 actually. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to fix that now. The cables are underneath our floor. Yeah, that's a massive regret that I can't do anything about anymore. Second thing is, I regret not planning for a semi-dirty clothes area. Like if I bring a jacket out and then I end up not wearing that jacket, I can't exactly put it back in my wardrobe. I don't have a good place to put them. We have a rack behind our bedroom door now, but that's like for home clothes. I don't have a place for like, it went outdoors already, but it's not dirty. This is the second wardrobe. The one major issue that we faced after moving in was we don't have walls to put up posters.
Because we knocked them all down.
To put up decorations. The remaining walls that we have are taken up by cat shelving. We don't have walls. Like I bought a few displayed posters of the cities that we've traveled to. I have nowhere to hang them.
I kind of regret this curtain.
The only curtains we've used at home are the ones in the bedroom because they are blackout.
We spend so much effort to find light colored blackout curtains, and they came at a premium. When we installed them, the pelmet let in light.
I feel like that's partially our fault because we got the S-curve curtains ma. So there's a bit of gap on top. That's why the light comes through. But if you had went with the normal, the straight one, you wouldn't have light coming through because you would have covered the track.
Yeah, okay, maybe you can say the S. It's because of the S curve.
Like our door one, because because it's essentially like straight, right? It's not like the S curve one. It lets in lesser light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ended up blackout is not completely blackout either.
Yeah, because of the
Decent.
extra.
It's decent. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts, opinions, let us know in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.
Bye. What are the regrets? Cat, no.
Cat?
Not fur.
That one you propose knowing I have 2 cats. That one is on you. Okay, I'm gonna say hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, bye.
Like, subscribe. And what do they
Like,
usually say?
comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Is it? Do you have any reno experiences? Please share them in the comments below.
So cringe. Okay.
What is your favorite renovation style? Share them in the comments. Just like and subscribe. Hit that notification button.
Oh my god, where is all this coming from? Spend too much time on YouTube.
Of course, I watch it every night.